Hey everybody, Bob Marson coming to you from Eastlake on the east side of Birmingham, Alabama for another episode of A Song for Sunday. Well, this week I had a discussion with a good friend of mine, and it's going to be a bit of a lead-in, but this is how I arrived at the song for this week. So this friend of mine and I have a lot in common, but we do have our differences. We come from a different generation, grew up in different places, and have done a lot of different kinds of things, specifically different kinds of work in our lives. And so while we have lots in common, we have differences, and those differences inform our discussions and allow us to learn from each other because we're able to disagree, but maintain mutual respect and kindness as we do so, which allows us to learn from each other. And maybe that's something we could all do a little more of. And the subject that came up that kind of provoked my thought process that led to the song was the situation at the United States southern border. I think we can all agree that we don't have that figured out. I think we can also agree that people coming from other places and contributing to American society has been a part of our country from the very beginning. So, somehow shutting it completely down, I don't think that's very realistic. Another thought that I had is that while we can look at the system and say that it doesn't work, it's kind of like looking at a basketball team and we only put 3 players on the court instead of 5. And say that the players aren't good and the system isn't good, maybe the coach isn't good, but we didn't really follow the plan, so it's kind of hard to say that. That's my understanding of the situation at the system of immigration at the border. We've never really staffed it or funded it the way the plan says, so it's hard to say if the plan is any good. And then the last thing that I thought of is that we tend to hold our elected officials more harshly accountable for doing something that could be then held against them at election time than we do when they do nothing, as long as they have an excuse to blame, somebody to blame for the fact that they didn't do anything. So anyway, those are my thoughts about that, and that's kind of what I got from our discussion. And all of that led me to pick this song by Woody Guthrie, a poem that he wrote after a tragic event in California in the late 1940s. And then after Woody's death, a man named Hoffman put it to music. And I think the message of it is that we're not really going to solve any problems in human society if we don't make sure to regard everybody in the society as human beings and deserving of the same consideration and concern that we would all hope to receive from each other. So I'd like to sing for you Deportee by Woody Guthrie and Martin Hoffman. It's also known as The Wreck at Los Gatos Canyon. Crops are all in and the peaches are rotting. The oranges are piled on their creosote dumps. They're flying them back to the Mexican border. Pay all their money just way back again. Well, my father's own father, he waded that river. Took all the money he made in his life. My brothers and sisters all worked in the fruit trees. They rode that big truck till they took down and died. Goodbye to my Juan, goodbye Rosalita. Adios, mis amigos, Jesus y Maria. Won't have your name when you ride the big airplane. All they will call you will be Deportee. Some of us are illegal and others not wanted. Our work contract's up and it's time to move on. But it's 600 miles to the Mexican border. They chase us like rustlers, like outlaws, like thieves. We've died in your hills and we've died in your deserts. We've died in your valleys and died on your plains. We've died neath your trees and we've died neath your bushes. Both sides of the river, we've died just the same. Goodbye to my Juan, goodbye Rosalita. Adios, mis amigos, Jesus y Maria. You won't have your name when you ride the big airplane. All they will call you will be Deportee. The sky plane caught fire over Los Gatos Canyon. A fireball of thunder that shook all our hills. Who are all these dear friends now scattered like dry leaves? The radio said they were just deportees. Is this the best way we can grow our big orchards? Is this the best way we can grow our good fruit? To fall like dry leaves and rot on the topsoil, can be called by no name except Deportee. Goodbye to my one, goodbye Rosalita. Adios, mis amigos, Jesus y Maria. You won't have your name when you ride the big airplane. All they will call you will be Deportee. Well, let me know what you think of that. No extra charge for those few mistakes there at the beginning. Yeah, it's a deep subject, I guess, and I know there's a lot of contentious thought around it, but I'm hoping we can, talk about positivity maybe, and let that lead us towards maybe a way of looking at it that gets us somewhere where other ways of looking at it haven't gotten us anywhere. Anyway, if you've got any songs about getting along, disagreeing while being nice to each other, anything about immigration or the vast contributions of immigrants to American society or any society. I mean, people moving around, we've been doing it from the very beginning. It's how we got to all these different places in the world. Anyway, put whatever you want down in those comments. I really don't care. Just put something. Like the video while you're looking at it here, and go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow the Instagram account and the Facebook page, and go check out bobmarson.com. We've got fall tour schedule coming up in just a little bit, and you can look for announcements on the social media, but you can find all the dates there at bobmarson.com. And in the meantime, just want to say thanks so much for giving me an opportunity to come here into your lives on Sunday mornings and share what's going on in my life. And until next week, take care of yourselves, take care of the people around you, and I'll see you. Bye.